And we're joined now by California Democratic Congressman Khanna, a member of the Armed Services Committee. Congressman Khanna, let's just take a moment to think about the fate of that one American hostage. 4-year-old Abigail Edan just turned 4 on Friday. Her parents slaughtered right in front of her. You spoke to her aunt recently. What's your expectations and what's going to happen with her?
It was heartbreaking. Her aunt was in my office, and she was not focused on the brutal murder of her family. She was focused on Abigail, getting her out. Such resilience. I mean, people in my office were in tears. She was not. She was just focused on the hostages getting out, as were other family members. That has to be our highest priority. And
have you heard anything beyond what we just heard from the National Security Advisor about her fate or the fate of the other Americans?
I'm not. I'm hopeful, but I trust Jake Sullivan. He's careful, and I appreciate what he and the president have done to help facilitate the hostage release.
Now, we've had this pause. We're now halfway through it, 4-day pause. It may be extended if there's release of more. You had opposed the idea of a permanent ceasefire. Do you still oppose the idea of a permanent ceasefire?
No, I think we need a lasting ceasefire now. And I came out for that a few days ago. I'll tell you why. Couple reasons. First, we need more of the hostages to be released. And we've seen now that it's working. Second, there's still Americans in Gaza. We need those Americans and American families to be released. The third point is this. Israel has diminished Hamas's military capability. They now have troops to prevent another October 7th attack. But I just talked to the Saudi ambassador. I talked to the UAE ambassador. Here's the reality on the ground. There are 40,000 Hamas fighters, 40,000. Israel has killed 2,000. It is unrealistic that they're going to be able to kill 40,000 other Hamas fighters, let alone undermine the political and cultural influence of Hamas. So we need a real solution, and that needs to be a Palestinian state with an Israeli state.
So let me ask you what I asked Jake. You see the celebrations in the West Bank with people waving Hamas flags, chanting slogans for Hamas. Is Hamas really diminished? I mean, Israel wants to eliminate Hamas. It sounds like a fraction of their fighters killed. But what about their political support?
Their military capability has been diminished with the bombing in northern Gaza. But their political support, and sometimes actually increases every time you have images of children and women killed. That's why there has to be a diplomatic solution. Until there is an independent Palestinian state, there is not going to be peace or security in that region, and America needs to show leadership. I believe our Gulf allies will help us if we bring the diverse Palestinian voices to the table. There needs to be one condition. Any Palestinian voice at that table needs to recognize the state of Israel, and then we need to work towards an independent Palestinian state.
But you agree Hamas is a terrorist organization?
Yes, Hamas is absolutely a terrorist organization.
You're not suggesting they deserve or should have a seat at that negotiating table?
They should not. They should not. But there need to be Palestinian voices that recognize the state of Israel. And the question is this: what happens to actually end the threat? What is Israel's plan? Are they going to try to kill 40,000 fighters? You know, there are 12,000 Palestinians who have died on 2,000 fighters. If you do the math of 40,000 fighters, are you going to have hundreds of thousands of Palestinians killed? That's not a realistic solution. We need to listen to our regional allies, figure out how we diminish Hamas's military capability so October 7th never happens again, and then work towards a two-state solution, a real solution, not lip service where we actually have a Palestinian state.
You've called on the Israelis to do more. Now you're calling to protect Palestinian civilians in Gaza. Now you're calling for a permanent ceasefire? Or you said
lasting ceasefire.
Lasting ceasefire.
Yeah, which the president, by the way, has said that he hopes for. I mean, he's...
So Bernie Sanders had just penned a guest essay in the New York Times saying that there should be strings attached to aid for Israel. And he says the blank check approach must end. The United States must make clear that while we are friends of Israel, there are conditions to that friendship, and we cannot be complicit in actions that violate international law and our own sense of decency. Do you agree with Senator Sanders that there should be strings attached to our aid to Israel?
What I believe is that we have to enforce the Leahy Law. That is the U.S. policy, that any aid to the United States needs to be consistent with human rights law. I support the aid for the Iron Dome, for defensive equipment for Israel, for equipment Israel may need to deter Iran. But we need to make sure, and our State Department needs to make sure, that any of our aid isn't used in a way that violates human rights. That's not just for Israel. That's around the world.
So that's unconditional aid for Israel's self-defense, for self-defense.
For self-defense, and any aid needs to be consistent with the Leahy law that the State Department needs to enforce, which is that nothing should violate international human rights law. That is the current law. It's for the State Department to enforce it.
All right, Congressman Khanna, thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Appreciate it.